shadow on the wall that looks like a man. Lord, that lamp just moved on that stand. I got movement in the cellars, I got footsteps in the hall. There's no time to waste, I better make some calls. I gotta get ready, make everything right, 'cause all my rowdy friends are goes hunting tonight. Hey, round up the team, let's get started. Hey, this is Brother Mike. There's a party and you're invited. We got the camera set, let's turn off these lights, 'cause all my rowdy friends are goes hunting tonight. This old house has a long history. It should be real, real good for activity. And we got the house wired for sound and got motion alarms setting all around. Got a box full of batteries ready to go, and everyone's itching to start this show. Got our logo tees, driving black SUVs, and that one bald guy with a slick goatee. Hey, round up the team, let's get started. Hey, this is Brother Mike. Well, there's a party and you're invited. We got the camera set, let's turn off these lights, 'cause all my rowdy friends are goes hunting tonight. Hey, round up the team, let's get started. Hey, this is your big brother Mike calling. There's a party and you're invited. We got the camera set, let's turn off these lights, 'cause all my rowdy friends are goes hunting tonight. That's right. Go get 'em, boys!
And welcome everybody to PEMA TV. Today is
August 24th, 2012.
Yes, it is.
It is almost September already.
Yes, it is. Been an interesting day, to say the least.
Yeah.
First little bit of news, we have to say this. Little Green Men Days last weekend, roaring success, double the people that showed up.
Absolute blast. And I got to play with baby Houdini. Yay!
Yes, she did. First of all, we need to thank Mr. Nick, Dwayne Brown, and his entire crew that helped us. We did break down.
Mason, Tennessee. Let me tell you, if
Mason,
you
Tennessee
ever
rocks.
have car issues, you better pray you are stuck in that town, because those people completely rock.
Yes, they do. Helped us out more. It's helped build your confidence in the human condition and spirit to run across that. Yeah, we broke down more than I could have ever even thought about fixing, and more for them, we wouldn't have got home in a timely manner. We just have to say thank you to them, and once again, a great shout out. If you're ever going down 40 between Memphis and Jackson, stop in there at the BP.
It's a little bitty exit, only one gas station off the exit, right there.
And you don't get any better than that. Also, real quick, everybody can see that I've got up the little flag over there for World TV. If you want to catch any of our archives, be sure to go to the World TV tab, which is right above the player here on the website. And you can catch all our archives there. Plus, we've got new shows coming. We've got a great cooking show, Cooking with Jack. It's coming starting Saturday. Tonight, right before us, was the first time that Paranormal Raw Truth had been on.
And Marie will be back Sunday.
Marie will be back on Sunday. Yes, she will, with enlightened numbers.
So all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of great stuff going on. But tonight, the reason why everybody's here. Tonight, we are joined, and I hope I don't butcher anybody's name. One I'm really confident in, one I'm a little shaky on. Tonight, we are joined by James Mccann and Jason Jarvey.
You got it. That's it.
Way to go. All right.
I'm proud of you.
Yay!
James, you're a paranormal investigator, a documentarian.
A lecturer,
Yes,
an author, and he starred on my ghost story.
Yep.
See, I did more homework than you did.
And Jason, you are
the guy sitting next to him.
Yeah, Jason here, he's the new guy to the group. He's been with us, about a year?
Yeah, about
a year now.
So you're with Paranormal Group, Erie County, Pennsylvania, and I'm not even going to go into the APG because I will mess it up.
That's what it stands for. Don't feel bad. There's other people that, they see the APG/ECP. Sometimes they think, oh, ACDC, you know what I mean? But that's basically just the letters of Paranormal Group, Erie County, PA.
No, we understand completely. I'm the face, the body, and the one hiding behind PEMA.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's who you are.
Yeah, that would be me.
All right. But, I did a segment of Ghost Stories with Robin Marie. Y'all know Robin Marie, right?
Absolutely. She's been on our shows 3 times.
3 times at least.
And she will be back again Monday.
Yep. And I think James will be too.
Yeah, she's bringing James with him, so he'll be the guy sitting next to her on Monday.
Got all. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Were you guys, when it comes to the group, I guess, Jason, I can only assume that you're part of the paranormal group, correct?
Yes.
Head tech guy?
Tech guy, investigator.
See, I'm pack mule, but she makes me carry all the stuff.
Yeah, whenever I have battery problems, like.
Well, see, that's the good thing about being a female founder and the only female on the team.
Yeah, she doesn't use that against us at all.
No.
What we ask this of in fact all of our guests, and I guess Jason, I want to because James, I know we actually have a very in-depth answer. I'm sure you're coming with, but Jason, I have to know your motivation. What got you motivated in the paranormal?
I've had my own experiences ever since I was a little kid.
Yeah, I think that applies for most of us too.
And that was a very long explanation by him. I'm just giving you trouble. I'm just giving you a hard time.
The one that I believe I've been followed around by my grandfather a lot.
Right.
And he would always play little pranks like turning pictures around on the walls. And every once in a while I feel a tap on my shoulder to let me know I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, it's no fun when they stick around after they're gone to tell you you're messing up.
Yeah. And James, your motivations, they also got a little foundation down in Nolans, don't they?
Oh yeah, I was down there in 2000, and that you could say that's when I started really getting into the paranormal. The rich history and the culture, all that voodoo and the cemeteries. How do I say? Like down in Nolans, the cemeteries are above because of the level of the sea level.
Right.
Everybody's buried on top. They don't bury you in the ground 6 foot. And just the whole culture city thing, the ghost tours I went on down there, and they just got me fueling, and some minor experiences that I took as, hey, get into the paranormal, because usually when somebody asks me, well, how did you get into the paranormal? Basically, I just tell them that I was basically drawn into it. It's not like I had, a big experience or something like that. It's just over the years, I just felt slowly being drawn into it. If you can understand that.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, being in New Orleans, I mean, you've got the whole Marie Laveau thing. You've got the whole voodoo.
Oh, yeah.
You've got the little gris bags and...
Yeah. I actually loved it down there. Very interesting city.
I
It's a shame it happened, but
in my former occupation, I actually went down there, and the food. I'd say, and I know this is a big shock to everybody coming from a fat guy, but the thing I miss most about down there is the food.
Food, yeah, Cajun.
Oh
Cajun
my
food.
Lord! You know, I've had a lot of sandwiches and a lot of hamburgers in this country, but I haven't had anything yet that even comes close to comparing to a real po' boy sandwich.
Yeah, you know, when I first went down there, I was so used to saying hoagie, because that's what we call them up this way. And I walked into a store down there, and I went to the back, and they were making po' boys. And I didn't know what the heck a po' boy was. So I walked in, and I go, hi, you know, I'd like I want to get a hoagie. They looked at me like, you know, what the heck? You know, what is that? You know?
What country are you from there, sir?
And I must have stood there for about 3 or 4 minutes trying to explain what a hoagie was, and then the guy finally says, "Oh boy." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." You know, but
Just give me a sandwich.
took me a while to get used to saying "po' boy." That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, you know, one thing we try here on PEMA TV, we want to give everybody, and especially our viewers, we like to give them different perspectives. And James, I'll start with you this time, so I started with Jason last time. What do you think we're researching when we go out there?
Sometimes I like to believe that it's really a physical presence, but sometimes I think it's more an energy presence. What I mean by more of a physical presence is like I'm standing here physically, you can see me, okay? And then Jason, for example, say he's a spirit or something like that. He's there, okay, but he's invisible. That's what I mean by physical.
Right.
Now, what I mean by the energy part is typically the energy is in the air. Basically kind of like past, how would I say it? I always screw this up.
Like a residual type energy, like it's imprinted on the area?
Well, that would be more into like what type of haunting, the type of haunting. I'm talking more telepathic.
I got you.
Energy. Like, for example, when we hear disembodied voices, you know, it's a telepathic energy. Or a frequency, you could say, but the energy is close. It's all around. So, yeah.
Well, then at times, then both physical and energy beings would be there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you don't know how many are in a building and you happen to actually see a full body, that doesn't mean that there aren't 4 or 5 others sitting there going, he did it, he showed himself, watch this.
Right.
Because we've heard different teams get EVP of them talking about us while we're investigating.
Right.
So, I mean, if they're a practical joker in life, they would be in death, and, you know, they'd put the one newbie up to show yourself. Go ahead. They won't notice. And
see, sometimes I also think that it could be spirits are manipulating elements. For example, I remember one time I was investigating. Oh, you'll hear about this later. With an old place out here. It's burnt down now, but it's called Gudgeonville Bridge. It's an old historic bridge. And when I got into investigating the bridge, when I would go out there, sometimes I would get the sense that, um, whenever I felt like the wind come by me, there was a temperature difference. Like say it was cold, and then when it came in and it hit you, it was like warm. And then I remember one incident when that happened, and when that warm air hit me, it was like a telepathic, disembodied voice was upon that wind. Does that sound nuts or crazy to you?
Not to us,
Not
but
to us.
that's what we do.
I mean, we're the crazy.
That's what I was thinking.
We're the crazy couple in the graveyard, so.
Yeah.
I mean, but no, sir, that doesn't sound strange at all. I mean, to a certain degree, one of the theories is that it takes spirits some form of white noise, whether it's wind or, like Michael Esposito, for example, has even done experiments where he's crumpled leaves near his microphones.
Right.
To give them something to manipulate to be able to form sentences. There's until we prove anything, until there's any provens in this field, everything is possible.
Right.
Jason,
But yeah.
what do you think? What do you think we're researching out there?
I think we're researching that there is a middle before people pass on, that they are able to communicate for one last time, whether it be through EVP or showing themselves to their loved ones.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Oh no, makes perfect sense.
Okay, this conversation has been going on for a while, and I have my own opinion of it, but do you think that some are trapped here, or they just prefer to stay here for whatever reason?
I think maybe some are trapped, some are afraid, to go into the light. Unfinished business, all those reasons you think they're here for their earth time. I do think maybe some of them are trapped, but I also think some of them are, like you said before, I think they're residual. It's just the residual energy that's just passing along through the universe, that may be coming back and repeating itself. The basics,
Well, I have this new theory on some hauntings, and I've been playing with it a lot, and I haven't had a chance to do much research on it, but say there was a bad accident 20, 30, 40, 100 years ago, whenever. I think some of them aren't necessarily stuck here. I think they can pass between the veils. And I think sometimes maybe, we go to a certain location because this is where it happened. This is where they're getting the most stuff. I'm thinking that maybe they're sticking around in hopes of maybe altering what had happened.
Good point.
Right.
Like say, old Uncle Bud and Cousin Joe were out in the field, and Joe tripped. Uncle Bud ran over him with a tractor 60 years ago, and Joe died. Maybe Joe's coming back trying to get out of the way of the tractor one more time, or Uncle Bud is coming back to maybe wait the extra 10 minutes before he gets on the tractor.
Right. Well, are you talking like in the sense of being a guardian angel?
Well, a guardian angel, or maybe if they don't know they've actually passed, maybe they think, maybe they're reliving something. Maybe it's not so much residual, but they're reliving it over and over in hopes of altering what had actually happened the first time.
They're kind of Groundhog Day.
Yeah, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying there.
Keep reliving it until they're able to change it, maybe?
Right. Or they could be, for example, uh, if it's intelligent, attaches itself to you.
Well,
And they go wherever you want to go.
Well, a lot of the places, what they're considering residual, a lot of them that see a full body or a shadow moving very quickly from one place to another. And my thought is, okay, if there was an accident that either they caused or they could have prevented, it's not so much a residual film type memory imprint, whatever, it's them moving a little faster each time trying to stop that accident from happening in their world.
Or trying to date.
Right.
Like in Groundhog Day, Bill Murray's character is attempting to date the specific woman. To prove his love for one specific person. And every time he screws up, he has to start over. And that becomes, of course, the funny premise of the whole movie, is his constant starting over.
So instead of so much a residual, it's them trying every day to redo it.
Right.
To get the end result they're looking for.
Right.
I don't know. Just a theory. And there's a reason why we ask, is because you've written a book, James.
Yes, I have. Written by Robin, story by me.
Yeah.
That has to do with the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called No One at the Bridge. And it's basically about my experiences as a paranormal investigator out there. And what I did and what I experienced for close to 10 years. And that's going out to this place 3 nights a week, every month. For the longest time. I guess you could say I could eat, sleep, and breathe this place. Okay? And there's so much has happened out there. And I really can't wait for the book to come out because it's long overdue. I think it should have been out maybe 3 or 4 years ago. But I wanted to get more interesting evidence that I think is interesting, what other people might find interesting. Besides just going out there and saying, here's what I got, blah, 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 blah. I want it more, And we just can't wait till it comes out, and hopefully it'll be out in October sometime.
Just in time.
Yeah. So, 'cause every year we do the Erie Horror Film Festival. It's a festival here in Erie that it's like a horror year. We bring in stars that were in like old horror movies.
Right.
And we go in there every year because, we're part of that. And we set up a table. And hopefully, the book will be ready at that time for this, So.
Well, you also sent me some, and we're going to be able to show. This is so cool. This is what's cool. You sent me over some stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and tell everybody right now when we get here in a little bit, when we get to playing some of the EVP evidence.
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and apologize in a rush today to encode these. The graphics are a little messed up. Sound quality is perfect, just not quite the graphics that I wanted, but I want to throw that out there for everybody sees them. But you sent some very interesting pictures to begin with. You sent some very interesting pictures from here.
Yeah, the pictures themselves, I want everybody to understand that these pictures that I gave to you to show people, this is over a 10-year period. And this isn't like going out there one photo after another. This is accumulated over 10 years.
Right.
So there's really only about 10 photos that I picked out of thousands and thousands of photos. And I understand, that, some people think, well, it's just rap and stuff like that. Well, I'm sorry. 10 years is a long time. For me, I wouldn't waste my time or my reputation getting, ruined with rap. I'm sorry. I just wouldn't do that.
Right.
But one of the theories that I have, because of this place, you have water, you have shale, okay? And the energy, my theory is that if you work a place, you investigate a place. I'm going to use the word work instead of investigate for right now. If you work a place, you're respectful because you do believe there's spirits out there. You're going to, in a sense, build a friendship. Hard to believe, but yes, I think you can build a friendship. Now, how that friendship happens is, like I said, take the time, be respectful, go out there as many times as you can and work it. Tell them, hey, I'm just here to visit, or I'm here to talk, or something like that. And then you start getting results. And like you said, we'll go back to the photos here. With some of these photos, what my theory was is that in talking and, it's kind of saying, I'm befriending these spirits. I'm thinking in my mind, well, I take a photo, they're telepathically kind of, getting into my thoughts, how I want to perceive them. So what they do is they'll take like fogs and mists, and they'll use that energy to manipulate that energy when I snap a photo. And I've been kind of like drifting on that theory for a long, long time, and I know there's other people out there that are kind of on that same theory too.
Well, that would fall in line with at least one of the theories behind dowsing.
Right.
One of the theories behind dowsing is not that the spirit is actually interacting with the rods, that it is actual micromuscular movements that are affecting the rods, but it's spirit channeling through you.
Right.
To actuate the dowsing rods, and that would be the same along the same theory.
Well, and
right.
we've been to Old South Pittsburgh enough times to where a lot of people who go there believe the more you go there, the more they get to know you. The more they get to know you, the more they're used to you, and then they'll start, showing themselves a little bit more talk. Because the first time we were there, we didn't get anything, but we kept going back, and every time we go, we get a little bit more, a little bit more.
They get a little more used to us, and yeah.
Right, and that kind of falls along the same lines with your audio work. I can remember when I first started going out to the bridge and running audio, all I would get was one-liners. But now, after 10 years, I'm kind of like getting sentences.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, they're right now at Old South Pittsburgh. And the thing we love about the hospital is the fact that it's a very repeatable location. It doesn't change. You can perform the same experiment with slight variations, and you don't have to worry about it being in Bob Smith's front room. The rooms you can go to are not going to change. It's the same room. It's the same. You have a very controlled atmosphere that you don't have at a private residence.
Right.
They're actually collecting what Doug down there at the hospital likes to call a Class A++. And the reason why he gave up that kind of designation is it's EVPs of spirits talking about the investigators.
Yeah. Sometimes, believe it or not, sometimes I've come across stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where it sounds like, well, to me, it sounds like to me that, like you said, they're talking about the investigators, and they're, sometimes you can hear, like, when it comes across on the audio, sometimes I use like well, not an exact bionic ear, but an amplified hearing system. And sometimes it sounds like somebody's, just like they're following you around. They're observing you. And it's like, what's he doing? What's he doing? And then another one will come in and you're like, what's that he's got? Things like that. So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Well, let's show them some of these pictures. The first, let's see, the first one I've got is it's a picture. It's actually a picture of I believe the bridge in the background has 2 inset pictures in it. Large white mist across the top.
Yeah. That's one of the first photos I ever actually believe I captured something in. That goes all the way back to 2005, I believe. If it's the right picture, I think you're talking about, if you look on the right-hand side, it looks like an arm that's going like this, so people can understand. It's going like this. And if you look on the finger, it looks like there might be like a big ruby finger, you know. I don't know if anybody can see that, but
yeah, let's see, I don't quite have the numbers written down for the picture.
It looks like a road, or three shots of a road. There's 2 smaller ones and then a bigger one, but the 2 smaller shots don't have the mist above it. And I don't know what that white thing is.
It's the back side of a road sign.
Oh.
And the bottom inset picture actually has a picture of the road sign on it. But yeah, I mean, that is interesting. You can see it. You know, like something is reaching out.
yeah, if it's the one I think it is. I wish I could see it here.
Let's move on to this. Let's move on to the next one that you sent me. The next one that you sent me was it's actually got some energy pictures in it.
It's got the red squiggle in it.
Yeah, the big red streamer. Easiest way to describe it on the bottom right corner.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. What that red thing is, I have no clue. I ask people all the time, you think you know what it is? They don't know. The only explanation or thing they'll say to me, oh, camera failure. I'm like, well, how can it be camera failure when the camera took the shot? You know?
Well, it can't be an extended exposure because the rest of the background is clear and focused.
Right, and some people, they say it looks like a cartilage. Well, that's kind of spooky. It does kind of look like cartilage.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. You have 2 pictures on the ends that are inset into that one also that resemble a face.
What?
On the left-hand side of that picture, you have 2 blown-up pictures inset into that picture.
Yeah. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, and to me, it looks like an old man. And basically, what I did, I just cut it out, and all I did was brought the brightness down,
Right.
and then gave it some color. So it's basically just so people could see what I'm seeing, you know. And I understand, the whole concept of matrixing and pareidolia and all that, but I'm one of those people that simply just don't believe that it's all matrixing and pareidolia.
Right.
And I'm not afraid to say so. I like I said, I put 10 years in 10 years of work in a rig, and stuff I have,
Well, I think our biggest thing here, our biggest thing that we've ever had an issue with is simply, there's some painfully obvious pictures. When somebody goes upstairs into an attic,
right,
and you've got 4 people walking around in an enclosed space of about 100 square feet that hasn't been opened in, let's say, 30 years. You know what?
Right.
You're probably not going to catch an energy orb in there. You're probably got an assload of dust floating around in front of the autofocus and in front of your lens. So I'm going to have to say that majority of what you're taking a picture of is probably not paranormal in nature. It's probably unclean in nature, but it's not unclean in a dirty, evil kind of way.
Right.
That's the kind of stuff we're trying to get people to avoid. What we're showing here with you, this is not. You show me a bug that can put out an energy trail like that, I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
that's the big difference. And some orbs, I'll be honest with you, I hate orb pictures, but some orbs, because of the situation, cannot be explained away as bugs or dust or moisture. A lot of them can.
Right.
A lot of them can.
I think the closest thing that we have to what I would consider an orb are 3 orbs that actually were caught on video out there. I think you're going to show them a little later.
Yeah, we do. We've got them loaded up and ready to go. Next picture. Let's see. The next picture I've got is actually a picture from the field, and it looks like you have 4 pictures inlaid into that one.
Yeah, that one there. That I was out one night at the bridge, and like I said, working it, and I was going around, and I was like, I was thinking, there's some fog out there in the field, and I'm like, show me the difference. I was thinking to myself, show me the difference. Show me the difference between you and fog, or something. Give me something, please, And I shot off 4 shots in a row, and you could see the fog coming in near my Jeep. And I shot 4 shots off in a row, and this was in one of the photos. And if you look at this photo, you look to the left, you see what the fog. And the fog is basically almost out of focus. And then you go to the right, and you can tell, if you can't tell the difference, that's fine. But I can't, and other people can too. But if you look at the top of that, there's a lot of people tell me they see a wing. Okay? And then right below the wing, they'll tell me it looks like an old lady's face with eyes and a bun hairdo. And then the rest of it, they come up with so many stuff with the meat nature thing. The main thing about that one is if you can see the wing, what looks like a wing, and then the old lady's face.
I can see her face.
It's very interesting. And you've had these. Obviously, I can also see that you threw one into a negative, and just so everybody knows, digital photography does not actually have negatives. Or were these actually 35 millimeter?
They were digital.
Okay.
This is digital negative.
Yeah, that's that. I have that same option on the program I use for our photo review, and it's really a helpful tool, especially when you take a dark picture in a dark space, and you throw that negative on there, because all it is an algorithm that's the exact opposite of the color. But there's been times that we've actually seen things. We've been sent pictures before of people that were in fog banks, and they're like, "Well, I see this," and we're like, "Okay, well, let's do it." But when you pull it and you throw it through that program, and you still get something that's not matrixing and it's not pareidolia, it's very hard to explain away seeing a face in something that you couldn't see before you reversed it.
Right.
You never even knew it was there, but oh my God, So yeah, that's a very valuable tool that a lot of people I don't think utilize enough, because there's also some pictures that they claim to be paranormal, that if you throw it in the reverse, the first thing you go is, oh, okay, well, it was a bat or a dog or whatever. It helps to explain what you're doing. A lot of people don't use that enough. I just thought I'd mention that.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Let's see that the next to the last one I have. This one is going to be, looks like it's the bottom of the bridge. No. Well, there's a wooden structure on the bottom.
I think maybe that's, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Trees to the left, and there's a mist formation.
Trees.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think maybe that one is the one that the photos actually turned and flipped.
Oh, okay.
It would be showing the bridge. The bridge is, top of the bridge would be to the left. If it's the one I think it is. And, see, I see things in there too. It's like a guy on the left-hand side. And near him, near the bottom, left to the right, you'll see what looks like, it looks like skulls. I don't know if you see that or not.
Yep. I see it.
Yeah. And that's a pretty interesting photo because I remember I was talking to a psychic out of Chicago I met, and we were just having a discussion, about the veil, and we got into it about how the veil is thinner around October and November 2nd. That's what she was telling me. And I was telling her, about the bridge. And when she came across with, that there's three spirits out there, and they're the main three. But there's also others. Many. Okay? So, we kept, talking about it and stuff like that. And she finally said to me, she goes, James, she goes, why don't you take your camera out on Halloween night and you're going to get some. So I did. And this is a result of that photo,
Well, if the picture is in reverse or flipped on
But see that
on the side of it under the mist, it looks like there's a little girl.
Yeah, it could be. And that could very well be if you're seeing that, because there was a little girl that fell off the cliff in 1964.
She has short brown hair, and it looks like a blue top or dress.
Wow, you just gave me goosebumps.
Wow.
You just gave me the goosebumps.
Tip your waitresses. She'll be here all week.
But it's under the mist. It's next to the structure. It's not actually in the air.
Right. Right. Well, see, sometimes I think when it comes to their dimension, the dimension is, when we look at it or we perceive it, it can be 5 feet off the ground, upside down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's so different. But
well, it looks like there's like a light. Her arm may be up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some type of light in her hand.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you this just to satisfy my own curiosity. Were her parents there at the bridge a lot?
I don't know.
I don't know the parents.
Specific.
Well, according to what I read about this particular incident, it was supposed to be like folklore about this little girl, and he actually found that it wasn't. That there actually was an incident. So, I mean, it had been a while, and, stories travel and change and alter to fit whoever you want to creep out at the moment. But you actually found out she really did fall off the bridge and die.
Right.
And the only reason I asked about the parents is because when I look at that picture, and I'm pretty sure you know the one we're talking about, if you look directly above what is actually the signage on the side of the bridge, directly below that, I see a face with a male 50s type haircut. I mean, directly below that signage. That's the first thing that came across to me. Now, I don't know if it's. I mean, I guess it could be pareidolia with the rafters behind it, but it's almost like it's screaming. There's the mouth's open, eyes, nose, hair. That's why I asked, because if Kim can see the little girl, I'm seeing something else that's like yelling. That's what I see.
Right.
So
Yeah,
we'll definitely have to pull this picture up after the show, and I'll show you where she's at.
yeah, I really want to see this. Well, I have a photo that I use when I lecture, and it's pretty interesting because it actually looks like a little girl too. And I don't know if you know, but back in December, I had a heart attack, and I missed going out to the bridge for about 3 or 4 months. And over the past 6 years, I've been trying to find a photograph of this little girl, that fell off the bridge. Mm-hmm. And I got home February 2nd to my place here, going through the rehab and stuff like that. And in my mailbox was an email from one of the historians out in Girard. That's where the bridge is located, out that way. And attached was a photo of this little girl.
Did she have short brown hair?
Yes. Yes, she did. And when I looked at the photo, it dawned on me that, wow, I have a photo that almost looks exactly like her. Mm-hmm. And I use this photo at lectures because it's just amazing, the imprint of how it looks like her. It's the same haircut. She has a little hair sticking up in the back, like, I don't know if you remember, like Alfalfa from the Little Rascals.
Yeah, the cowlicks.
Yeah, it has a little cowlick, or it's a little bow, but it's in this photo that I took out at the bridge in the mist. And it's kind of a different mist photo because it basically almost looks like an imprint, an imprint of a little girl. But I'll have to show you that sometime and show you her photo.
Oh, yeah.
But there's only one condition, though.
Okay.
You gotta get the book first.
Well, you could send me the book.
That's very true.
And then I'll show you where the little girl is in the picture. See how that works?
She's ruthless, man. I ain't lying. She's hard to deal with sometimes. All right, well let's show everybody this one last one real quick so we can get to these EVPs, because the EVPs are really interesting. This last picture right here, and it's just a picture straight on from the mist, or of the bridge. And there is some mist or something in front. I was just curious. Do you happen to remember this one right offhand?
Does it have 2 other smaller photos inside?
No. It's all by itself.
And it has the sign above the wooden. I guess the roof over the bridge. There's a white sign.
Or there was.
Yeah. Maybe that's the one I was talking about. I don't know which one you're talking about. Uh-oh.
This one has a mist, but some of it looks red.
Some of it looks red.
It does over here.
Is that the one with maybe the donkey or the horse?
I don't know.
Let's see. Looks like the last numbers on it are going to be 953603 on the name of the photo.
I can't remember.
Well, there's 2 more shots. He sent 3 shots, but one has the mist, and then the other 2 over there don't.
Yeah, this is the one it's a picture of the bridge by itself. There's nothing inset into this one.
Okay, maybe that's one that I sent that there was nothing in. I don't know.
Because you can very much see a face in this one. It's a very large face, actually.
I didn't even see a smaller one down there.
Yeah.
There.
Does it have a? Does it look like it's looking at a road and a sign? You want to?
Yeah, it's a picture of the bridge. It's got a white sign that's almost dead center in the middle of the picture.
That has the height limit, height or weight.
Yes.
Does it say height or weight?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so. We can't see it real close.
Yeah, but there's a major like face off into the mist to the right, just to the right of the center.
Right there.
Does it have copyright? Does it have the paranormal group on the top of it?
No, it says it's got your copyright on the bottom of it for 2006.
Boy, I sent. I'm stuck.
Well, see, when you take 10 years worth of pictures, you tend to forget which number's which.
Yeah, I think you should look at the one where there's two photos inset, and
that's
it
the
has
first one.
Paranormal Group PA 2011 and our logo. That's the one you need
Nope,
to look
not
at.
that one. That one. Yep.
And if you can see the eye, then you see what everybody else sees, and that's a real photo, folks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I got a question for you, James. What do you want to show the people next? You want to do the EVPs for them? Or you want to do the video?
It doesn't matter to me. If you want to shoot the videos up, we can show them those lights, you know.
Okay. Well, let me. And we want everybody to remember this is all taken from the same location. So
Yeah.
let me. I'm gonna let it play. It's actually gonna play twice probably, for everybody.
And we were simply just walking up to go inside the bridge. Okay? And I was standing there looking in my viewfinder, and I saw the first light go up, and then I lifted my head up, looked inside, didn't see anything, and then I looked over to Donnie, who was on my left-hand side, and I asked him, I go, are you shining a flashlight? And I'm looking for his flashlight, and he doesn't have no flashlight that is shining in the bridge. And I'm like, I look back again, you know, down to the viewfinder, and then there's one last light. But I didn't know there was a second light, okay? So I stopped the camera, and I rewound it, and I'm looking at these lights, and I see the second light, and I'm like, Don, I'm like, look at this. I go, I don't know what this is. To the bridge, and went over to the other side, and you know, thinking, well, maybe somebody was doing something with like some flares or something like that. But there was nobody there at all. So we went back and we tried repeating it. We found out that that it was about 74 feet from where I was standing, and what we noticed with these lights right off the bat is that there's no reflection. No reflection at all off these lights.
Yes.
And the other interesting thing about it, too, is that you couldn't see it with your naked eye. You only see these lights on the infrared camera.
That is interesting. And if there's no reflection, that means you'd have a light running basically across the top of the roof there. And for everybody out there,
Right.
this is a slowed down version of the video that's playing right now.
Yeah, the second light is the most interesting because it actually comes kind of slow and then it just explodes out. And when I talk about the reflection, there's no reflection. This would be, like I said, 74 feet just inside the other side of the bridge. So there should be reflection, but there's not.
Wow. And and that's the kind of data that when you get it, that's the kind of stuff that makes you go, okay.
I want to go back. I want to go back. I want to go back.
You know, it's the stuff that fuels you. It's the stuff that keeps you going.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. Like once again, let me apologize for the graphic on this didn't do real well.
That's his fault, not James.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Oh.
The audio is perfect. So each one of these is going to play 3 times. I didn't give a clue as to what we think we hear until the 3rd time it plays. So this first one actually has to do with a tree. I don't want to give it away to the viewers until we actually play it. A tree in your hand. The bottom of your hand.
Okay, you can stop at any time.
Yeah. Okay, here you go. Here it is. Yeah, that one pretty clear on that one. About what it says about palm.
Yeah, palm. That's what I got. That's what we got. Yeah, palms.
Did that apply to anything down there that happened down there?
I don't think it applies to anything that happened, but I don't know. Sometimes I think you have spirit that's coming across, and they could be religious. Because, palms is pretty clear. That came across pretty clear. But sometimes you'll get... we were just out there about 4 nights ago.
Yeah, 4 nights ago.
And we were doing a session on a spirit box. And I was asking, who's here? And I kept saying Paul. And I'm like, well, I don't know who Paul is. That's somebody new, And I go, Paul, well, are you okay, Paul? And then he said, sick. And it came across on the box, sick. So I'm thinking I'm just going along with it. And then I asked, there's any spirits here, can you please help Paul? Because Paul feels sick. And he doesn't need to be sick where he's at. And we went on to like maybe 5 or 10 minutes more without anything saying, about Paul or anything like that. And then we came back to it, and I said, Paul, are you still here? And he said, no. And so I'm like, no. And then I go, well, did anybody help Paul? Because Paul felt sick. And it came over on the box, and it said, God. So, I don't know.
And palms could also be psalms.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. All right, well, let's do this next one. This next one is a woman's name. It's pretty interesting stuff. But you guys will catch it. Let me play that real quick. Yeah, that one was also pretty clear.
Yeah, that was actually captured in the Erie Land Lighthouse. We have a lighthouse out here. And we did 3 investigations out there, and that was actually captured in that lighthouse. And get this, it's made out of limestone.
I'd believe that.
Do you know who Shelley Dupree was?
No, I had somebody try to look her up. I tried to look up that name, and it just wasn't coming up with anything. And you never know, because it could have, Erie and Waterford and this area, you had Indians around, and I think it's simply the census wasn't, it could be somebody that there wasn't a census taken yet, that it could be.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get to this next one. It's this next one is called Check Listings. You guys will hear it.
Check listing. Is there anybody? Check listing. Is there anybody? there anybody? Is there anybody? Is there anybody?
Yeah, that's pretty clear.
Jason explained that
Yeah.
one. He captured that.
That was at a private residence that we were doing an investigation at. And when we heard that, we really didn't understand what it was trying to tell us. And once we started getting into it, we ended up checking for the death listings in the paper and checking on who may have passed away in the house.
Right.
It's kind of like what you said, Kim, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's interesting how that comes about.
It's interesting how they can steer us, isn't it?
Right.
Well, they were
right.
here first. They knew it before we did.
Exactly.
Well, I remember one time I was out at the bridge and I had my amplified hearing system on, and I was standing there, and there was a couple people over on the other side of the road, and I was watching them because they were fiddling around with something, a piece of equipment, putting batteries in it, and I was watching them, and then all of a sudden over the amplified hearing system, this female voice came across, and it was like almost a whole sentence. It said, "Get out of the road." So I got out of the road, and like 5 minutes after that, a car came by. So.
Yeah. All right, well, let me play, because we're running out of time, gentlemen. I'm going to skip to this one just because I liked it the most, and I'm going to play this, and we'll let everybody listen to this one.
Okay.
Yeah, and and underneath, you could hear it. I am free, and that's pretty shocking stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Now that's from the bridge.
Very cool.
Have things calmed down at the bridge?
When the two kids set it on fire, I stopped going out for a little bit, but then I started going back out, and it seemed like all was lost. Like there's nothing here anymore.
Right.
But I started reworking it, and it's kind of like it's interesting that it's kind of like slowly coming back. It's almost like it's slowly coming back. They're not afraid anymore because they were afraid.
Right.
So it'll be in the book, right, Kim?
Absolutely. Buy the book. The book is called No One at the Bridge.
Right. And so everybody knows that I was also in Robin Marie's first film, Ghost of Fire, about Centralia, Pennsylvania. That's what my ghost story is about. We're doing a second version of that film called Circus Fire 2, Search for the Molly Maguires. In case everybody wants to know.
Of course.
And you will be back on Monday to discuss with Robin Marie about your episode on My Ghost Story.
Exactly. And I can't wait.
Me either. Maybe I'll have the book by then.
I'm
No, I'm
surprised
just
how-
giving you a hard time.
Okay, gentlemen. As much as I hate to do this, I've got to cut out here. I've got another show I've got to do here in just a few minutes.
But remember, guys, holidays are coming up. Books make great stocking
Yes, they do.
stuffers. Get the book. Put it in a stocking for someone. They'll love it.
James, Jason, thank you so much for being with us tonight. We surely do appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, and I will talk to you Monday.
Sounds good.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, have a good night.
You're welcome.
You too.
Thank
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, that was James Mccann and Jason Gervais.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure to get the book when it comes out. That's some interesting stuff, especially recorded at the same location.
And there better be some pictures in it, I tell you what.
Please tune in tomorrow night for Spiritually Raw's weekly wrap-up show. They will be here. And Sunday at 8:30 Eastern, tune in for Cooking with Jack. And at 9 o'clock, you've got Marie Foyer.
You keep trying to make her French. She's
I know.
not.
With enlightened numbers.
And then on Monday, on Just Saying at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, we will be back, myself and the lovely Mary G, with Robin Marie and James Mccann about their episode on My Ghost Story.
And directly following those guys will be Cece the Huntress. And then tune in Tuesday for Spirit Factivity. And Wednesday,
I know there's Jody and Misha.
PMPI and Universal Sight. Thursday is Tim Rankhorn with Tech Time and Serial Killer Thursday.
Lots coming up.
It's a changing, folks. We've told you. Buckle up. Keep all hands and feet inside the ride, please.
And there's the lovely Mary right now in the chat room.
Yes, it is. And Mary is going to be my boss here in about
20 minutes if you don't get to
20
work.
minutes. I need to get to work. Be safe. Be kind.
Have a great weekend. And we will see you tomorrow night.
Yes, we shall.
We're out. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. The reason why everybody's here. Tonight we are joined, and I hope I don't butcher anybody's name. One I'm really confident in, one I'm a little shaky on. Tonight we are joined by James Mccann and Jason Gervais.
You got it.
That's it.
Way to go. All right.
I'm proud of you.
Yay!
James, you're a paranormal investigator, a documentarian.
A lecturer,
Yes, sir.
an author, and he starred on My Ghost Story.
Yep.
See, I did more homework
Yeah.
than you did.
And Jason, you are
The guy sitting next to him.
Yeah, Jason here, he's the new guy to the group. He's been with us, what, about a year?
Yeah, about a year.
About a year now.
So
So-
you're with paranormal group Erie County, Pennsylvania, and I'm not even going to go into the APG because I will
That's
mess it up.
basically what it stands for. Don't feel bad. There's other people that, you know, they see the APG/ECP. Sometimes they think, oh, ACDC. You know what I mean? But that's basically just the letters of Paranormal Group, Erie County, PA.
No, we understand completely. I'm the face, the body, and the one hiding behind PEMA.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
That's who you are.
Yeah, that would be me.
All right. But yeah, I did a segment of ghost stories.
Yeah.
First little bit of news, we have to say this. Little Green Men Days last weekend, roaring success, double the people that showed up.
Absolute blast. And I got to play with baby Houdini. Yay!
Yes, she did. First of all, we need to thank Mr. Nick, Dwayne Brown, and his entire crew that helped us. We did break down.
Mason, Tennessee. Let me tell you, if
Mason,
you
Tennessee
ever
rocks.
have car issues, you better pray you are stuck in that town, because those people completely rocked.
Yes, they do. Helped us out more. It's helped build your confidence in the human condition and spirit to run across that. Yeah, we broke down more than I could have ever even thought about fixing, and more for them, we wouldn't have got home in a timely manner. We just have to say thank you to them, and once again, a great shout out. If you're ever going down 40 between Memphis and Jackson, stop in there at the BP.
It's a little bitty exit, only one gas station off the exit, right there.
And you don't get any better than that. Also, real quick, everybody can see that I've got up the little flag over there for World TV. If you want to catch any of our archives, be sure to go to the World TV tab, which is right above the player here on the website. And you can catch all our archives there. Plus, we've got new shows coming. We've got a great cooking show, Cooking with Jack. It's coming starting Saturday. Tonight, right before us, was the first time that Paranormal Raw Truth had been on.
And Marie will be back Sunday.
Marie will be back on Sunday. Yes, she will, with Enlightened Numbers.
So all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of great stuff going on. But tonight,
shadow on the wall that looks like a man. Lord, that lamp just moved on that stand. I got movement in the cellars, I got footsteps in the hall. There's no time to waste, I better make some calls. I gotta get ready, make everything right, 'cause all my rowdy friends are goes hunting tonight. Hey, round up the team, let's get started. Hey, this is Brother Mike. There's a party and you're invited. We got the camera set, let's turn off these lights, 'cause all my rowdy friends are goes hunting tonight.
With Robin Marie. Y'all know Robin Marie, right?
Absolutely. She's
Of
been on
course.
our shows 3 times.
3 times at least.
And she will be back again Monday.
Yep. And
Yeah.
I think James will be too.
Yeah, she's bringing James with him, so
Yeah.
he'll be the guy sitting next to her on Monday.
Um,
Got all. Just kidding. Just kidding.
were you guys, when it comes to the group, I guess, Jason, I can only assume that you're part of the paranormal group, correct?
Yes.
Head tech guy?
Tech guy, investigator.
See, I'm pack mule, but she makes me carry all the stuff.
Yeah, whenever I have battery problems, like
Well, see, that's the good thing about being a female founder and the only female on the team.
Yeah, she doesn't use that against us at all.
No.
What and we ask this of a lot of, in fact, all of our guests. And I guess Jason, I want to because James, I know we actually have a very in-depth answer. I'm sure you're coming with, but Jason, I have to know your motivation. What got you motivated in the paranormal?
I've had my own experiences ever since I was a little kid.
Yeah, I think that applies for most of us too.
And that was a very
Yeah.
long explanation
It was.
by him. I'm just
Well-
giving you trouble. I'm just giving you a hard time.
The one that I believe I've been followed around by my grandfather a lot.
Right.
And he would always play little pranks like turning pictures around on the walls. And every once in a while I feel attacked.
This old house has a long history. It should be real, real good for activity. And we got the house wired for sound and got motion alarms setting all around. Got a box full of batteries ready to go, and everyone's itching to start this show. Got our logo tees, driving black SUVs, and that one bald guy with a slick goatee. Hey, round up the team. Let's get started. Hey, this is Brother Mike. Well, there's a party and you're invited. We got the cameras said, let's turn off these lights, 'cause all my rowdy friends are goes hunting tonight. Hey, round up the team, let's get started. Hey, this is your big brother Mike calling. There's a party and you're invited. We got the camera set, let's turn off these lights, 'cause all my rider friends are goes hunting tonight. That's right. Go get 'em, boys!
And welcome everybody to PEMA TV. Today is...
August 24th, 2012.
Yes, it
It
is.
is almost September already.
Yes, it is. Been an interesting day, to say the least.